just subscribed for 14 months. This is deep.
Good morning. Hi, guys. How y'all doing? Thank you, Zod, for the resub. Chill. Calm down. Please. Please? You can leave right here. Okay. Back to Of the Devil. I've been thinking about this game all week. Excited to get back into it. I think what I'm gonna do, just generally, I like to start with like whatever new terms that I learned. Just to refresh my memory of stuff. Underfighter hit me with a hydrate like as soon as I went live. That's crazy. Thank you. I pinned my TEALATHON form. Please fill it out. Even if you did not participate in the TEALATHON. I would love to hear feedback. Mostly, I want ideas for new redeems. And I want ideas for my next Skeb art. And what's the third one? Drinking stream. I want a drinking stream idea. So if you have any ideas, throw them at the form. You can fill it out now. You can edit it later. All that good stuff. Also, I am planning a Tomodachi live stream in a few weeks. And if you would like to be a me on the island, I do have a channel point redeem for it. It is fairly expensive. Just because I can't fit everyone. But if you fill that out, I'll make you a me. I'll throw you on my island. Morning, gamers. Good morning, Apricot. All right. What the?
Prongzart just subscribed for 22 months. Morning, gamers.
Good morning, gamers. Thank you, Prongles, for the resub. Damn. You kind of showed Apricot up there. Encoding overloaded. What? Why? It'll figure itself out, truly. Morning, Pig B. Not quite Pig A. You'll get there. All right, we have London in our profile list now. We already knew London from episode 0. But he is here now. Has anything changed? I don't think so. Good old London. All right, what are some terms that we've learned? Some of these, again, were from episode 0. So, like, Meg, I think we knew that one. Tethys? 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 Tethys is a major Greek titaness. Daughter. Okay, okay. Don't know if I'm saying that right. Where is Megalove? It's guys, chill. I don't put the explosive redeems on reading streams. So yes, I do hate you. Thank you for the hydroprongles. And I will pet Turnip. All right, Tethy's is the largest online shopping and consumer shipping corporation on Earth, and a dominant economic force that frequently courts controversy by skirting monopoly and labor laws in every nation in which it operates. And yes, whoopsie. And yes, we really do have everything for sale. So ditch this lame-o search engine and head over to our online store to find what you're really looking for. Hot stuff. Huh? What a weird advertisement. Not interested in sponsored search results? See further with a premium account. Noble Electronics. My charm's going crazy. Noble Electronics LLC, better known as Noble Electronics, or simply Noble, is the fastest growing automated dependent corporation on the globe. Noble spent most of the 21st century chasing consumer tech trends like wearable smart UI interfaces only, pivoting to... Okay, I realize sometimes they do the dash. And you can see it is, I think it's an M dash. Is that what it's called? I'm really bad at differentiating them. It's barely longer. Let's try that again. Noble spent most of the 21st century chasing consumer tech trends like wearable smart UI interfaces, only pivoting to Androids during the 2070s amidst the decade's economic upheaval. The corporation struggled to break through to the higher tiers of corporate power until David Asher revolutionized their products with his Turing solution and the technological breakthroughs that followed. In the years since, Noble has secured approximately a third of the automated dependent industry global market share. With their desk hologram interfaces and animate series of upper middle class luxury androids, luxury androids in particular, helping them grow at a momentous pace. Noble's recent foray into biomechanical androids was initially met with skepticism when pre-orders lagged behind previous year's numbers, but the Animate 16 is projected to reap record profits for Noble over the next 8 quarters. Teal, where's the flip your screen 180 degrees counterclockwise? As a redeem? I don't know. How about you submit that to... I guess it's not model related. You could flip my model. That'd be a fun redeem. That one's an N dash. An N. I didn't even know there was an N dash. I thought it was just an M dash or a regular dash. That's crazy. Hi, Calty. Internet of Things. We know what that is. We also read about this in episode 0. Meg, we also read about in episode 0. Okay, we can return to the scene now. What do we got? Giant crack in the floor. What's that about? This flooring's a new addition. Looks rough like sandpaper, but it's bouncy, rubberized. Feels like something you'd drag your feet on at the gym or on a factory floor. It's more high performance than high class. Expensive, but not in the way you'd expect for a penthouse. Well, scratch that. It's actually cracked here. Rubber doesn't break. It bends. That's its thing. So someone must have cheaped out during the installation, left a defect in. That, or David left a jackhammer on overnight. There's a hyphen, N dash, and M dash. Hyphen is for split words. N dashes are for weird applications, like 2 different times to connect. 12 to 2 p.m., for example. M dashes are usually used between clauses in a sentence. Okay. So maybe they're using N dashes when they should be using M dashes? When you combine all of them, you get the wave dash, which is an important tag for competitive Smash Brothers. Thank you, Zod. Why do we simply not teleport inside the safe? That's a great question, Velvet. I don't think we have superpowers, unfortunately. Or if we do, they are not that kind. Taking a closer look, this is a pretty serious looking set of resistance training equipment. And these weights, they're all set near the max. If Noble hadn't appointed him a nutritionist along with his stylist, David would be downright scrawny. There's no way he was putting up these numbers. In which case, the digits on weights could be a clue. But there's too many, and I can't guess the order. So what the hell, Asher? Did you just set all the weights to maxed because it looked more neat? Or maybe someone else is using them. Huh? Admire? Question mark? It's a very big painting. And it's, impressionist? No, cubicle? The note at the top, cubist, which is still incorrect. Yeah, cubicle. God, I love Morgan. That sounds right. It is not. That's awesome. That's so good. Whatever its style, I do remember that David liked this painting. If there was a date on it, that could be a 6-digit password, but I don't see one anywhere. Maybe signing your work was considered, what is that? Gosh? Considered gosh? Gosh. I always get this word mixed up with like the painting material. Maybe signing your work was considered gosh amongst the cubicleists. That's awesome. Hi, Leah. Sorry, I'm catching up with chat. Oh, I didn't mean to click on that. Well, we're looking at the liquor cabinet now. This must be his spare liquor cabinet. Damn. There's a lot of good stuff in here. And a lot of bottom shelf swill. The kind of bargain bin vodka and nose burner whiskey that only an undergrad programmer could love. Nostalgia's sweet like that. Overpowering. 1 part per million can cover up even the cheapest aftertaste. I really struggle with the camera sometimes in this game. I've only had like 2 scenes in which I had the ability to move the camera. And both times they're like, David's wine collection, still towering over the room. I don't know why he'd buy so many bottles. He didn't even particularly like the stuff. Maybe just to fill out all the shelves? But not all the bottles are untouched. Some of them don't have dust on them at all. There's a mechanism for retrieving bottles off the rack. The latest bottle chosen was a Merdicamp 81. Could be significant. Except vintages only list the year they were bottled, not the month or day. It's not enough digits for the code. Alright, I've searched the whole room now. Time to make or break. Oh god! Wait, let me look at my notes! I can't open my phone from here! Really? Wait, I don't get to review my notes at all. I had so many new terms! Okay, I guess I'll just put something random. Okay, hold on. Alright, let's see what we got. Oh, I guess I only had one. I thought I had more. Well, okay. Big orange blue painting. Oh, that's what she searched. Showing search results for predator. Predator? Predate? Okay. An oil on canvas painting by the mid-21st century neo-abstract expressionist Mads Haystorp. Arguably his most well-known work, it was displayed in the Krullerheim Center of Art Modern for 9 months before Haystorp entered the premises on 11/25/58 and used a hunting knife to cut the singular massive canvas into 3 separate pieces. Okay, we've got a fancy little date here. Also, hi, Brian. When asked for comment, Haystorp replied, "My works are not complete until they have been signed." Sick, okay. Well, that's the only significant. Okay, all right. Thank you, Morgan. Let's go! 11/25/58, the date the painting was signed. A password that is and isn't left in plain sight. Nice one. Hey, Morgan, What? How did you get it to open? What is that? I turned back around just in time to see a door finish swinging open with mechanical grace, revealing a girl with a barcode emblazoned across her temple. Required by law to be plainly visible. It's an android, clearly marked as such. And yet, even standing this close, I could swear it's snoring? I stepped forward and placed the back of my wrist on the android's brow. Warm. It must be a prototype for the Animate 16. Or maybe a prototype for the 17? Or 18? A biomechanical android with real human flesh. Sorry, biomechanical, yes, but it's organic flesh, not human. They're grown from lax Gemini cultures, but sorry, I misspoke. Right, understandable. Since you seem surprised, Jess. Hasn't Noble been working on warm androids like this one for a few years now? Thank you, Zad, for the hydrate. Warm androids. Warm is currently the most widely used term used to describe androids that feature organic flesh in some capacity. While the concept has been experimented with in the robotics industry for decades, Noble Electronics' recent foray into warm manufacturing with their Animate 16 model represents a huge leap forward that many analysts agree is a signal of widespread adoption to come. Though the specifics of how Noble's warm androids are manufactured and integrated remain a fiercely guarded industry secret, it is generally understood through marketing materials and user maintenance documents that warm androids will require oxygen, water, and periodic organic sustenance in addition to wireless charging. If your warm android doesn't receive sufficiently frequent supplementals or is repeatedly deprived of water, they may shut down most functions in order to preserve emergency power. If this happens, you can regain access to your warm android once your order of supplementals has been confirmed as paid. Warm androids like this one? I mean, yes, we have... Sorry, it's just that this particular model is very... It's very cutting edge. Bleeding edge, judging by the flush in those cheeks. I think it's safe to say that we've found what we're looking for. I think so too. That presents a problem then. Oh? Do you not, approve? I've got nothing against androids. My concern is a bit more immediate. And, well... practical. Practical? I don't know how to turn it on. Do you see a switch or something? Morgan, have you ever read Chobits? Do you? Can we, turn it around, or... I poke the android's ribs. A little less give than I expected, given its frame, but the rigidity's remarkably lifelike. I place my hand on the shoulder and give it a shake. But it doesn't budge. This thing has to weigh more than... right. Androids mostly transport themselves, so people are always surprised to find out they're a bit heavier than they look. A bit? I'm surprised the whole room isn't slanted. There's no way in hell we're moving this thing without waking it up. Crap. First the vault, now this. I was able to guess the combination just by poking around. Compared to that, finding this hunk of junk's power switch should be child's play. And now, I think I know. And I think I know where to start. Do I? Jess, I'm gonna step back to the lab for a moment, alright? Huh? Oh, sure. There's gotta be a manual around here. Good idea. It might be some kind of prototype, but it's still got a barcode. Maybe you can scan its GIN number and find something in the company files? Yeah, of course. All generic ID numbers should be paired with industry standard files on maintenance, tracking, power requirements. I somehow doubt that the enigmatic android taking a catnap in a sarcophagus in David Asher's basement will have a user manual. But it can't hurt for her to try. And okay. I broke a heel, but I'm okay. I carry glue. I carry glue. Like, she's gonna glue her fucking... okay. Oh, girl. She's so cute. I'd rather search the lab by myself. Now then, if I were David and I wanted to make sure that only one... uh-oh, hold on. I turned on auto. If I were David and I wanted to make sure that only one person would be able to walk out of here with that android, how would I set that up? What else did we learn? Generic identification number. The N already stands for number. A generic identification number is a string of numerals typically encoded into a barcode that labels an automated dependent. Early on in the automated dependent industrial revolution, concerns about the lessening gap between man and machine led governments to pass laws mandating that all ads clearly identify themselves as such to counteract rampant disinformation and identity theft campaigns. Manufacturers responded by stamping the GIN code onto android bodies, most commonly on the cheek above the collarbone or on the back of the hand. Some companies placed it on the wrist, but this quickly incurred backlash. Yeah. Concerns about automated dependents impersonating humans have dropped hold on. Precipitously? Yeah. That feels right. Since then. And the GIN has instead taken on new life as a cultural icon, as powerful and easily recognizable as any corporation's logo. Fake GIN barcodes, or fins, that's funny, are one of the most commonly requested tattoos. The vast majority of reputable parlors will draw a line through the barcode once finished to avoid breaking identity law, though there are some clients who care little about the consequences. MMA fighter Samly Paka infamously sports a GIN tattoo across his right knuckles and makes a show of signing a check to pay the fine for displaying a false GIN on an international broadcast every time he enters the ring. That's really good. All right, let's investigate. Haven't seen one since college, but this must be a 3D printer of some sort. Feels expensive enough to make other printers look like soda fountains by comparison. Better not mess with any of the settings. Diagrams of human anatomy. The hands are highlighted. The most developed part of the human body. Good for making stone axes and sending emails. Robots and frames can do just fine with claws or 3-digit imitations. But androids are expected to look like people and move like them too. Getting the hands right must be a big priority at Noble. That tree-like shape on the right is a neuron. Those branches receive input of varying weight, and then if the sum is greater than a certain threshold, the neuron fires. A 0 becomes a 1, and all the other zeros around it take that into consideration. Repeat that a couple billion times a second, and you've got the human brain, a computer powerful enough to simulate all of reality. That's the analogy I read in a magazine, anyway. These appear to be holding tanks for something. How should I know? No labels on anything. Typical for a genius. But a nightmare for anyone trying to pick up after him. It's a lot more hard science than I expected in here. Centrifuges and glass and microscopes. Don't programmers do all their work with a keyboard? Looks like a fairly normal computer. If I'm lucky, the security will be fairly normal as well. Boot up complete. Username? Vocal commands? David Asher? Morgan? Guest? Thank you for logging in as a guest. It didn't recognize my voice. So I can probably rule out a vocal command being the key to waking the android. Do you have a question? More than one. For now, though, what should I search for on his computer? Ooh. I don't know. Android. Search files for Android. 60,000 results and counting. Yeah, okay. David would have a lot of files on Androids. I'll need to search smarter than that. I just like the idea. Like, what, basement? That's such a vague term. I'm gonna do all three of them, I think. I think it's letting me do all of them. Search files for basement. 812 results on the local drive. Should I expand the search? Auditing how he renovated his basement could take all day. Morgan. Me. Search files for Morgan. 23 results on the local drive. I can work with that. Mostly phone book and social data. But I don't recognize this file type. Some kind of personnel format? Date of birth, education, occupation, blood type, height and weight? All right, buddy. Little invasive, don't you think? DNA and fingerprints. Now, why do you have that, David? My DNA isn't in any database. I've made sure of that. So he couldn't have bought this anywhere. He must have collected it himself from a wine glass or the like. It would have been easy to do. But why do it? All right. I'm starting to get a pretty clear picture what it'll take to turn on this android. I've got the what. For the where and how? I'll just have to manage. It's still just a piece of machinery. If it really won't turn on, I can always start hitting it. Pongles is really insistent on kissing the android. Morgan, there you are. I've looked in every registry I could find and every database I could get into, but I don't think this android is in the system. It was a long shot. Don't beat yourself up over it. Yes, but an android without the proper identification is... It's only buying or selling an android without proper identification that's illegal. And it doesn't seem like he ordered this online. I guess you're right. Huh. We'll have it registered soon enough anyway. I think I figured out what we need to do here. Have I? Oh? If David really wanted me to have this, he would have left some way for me to turn it on. What are you thinking? David had my fingerprints and my DNA on file. By requiring both, he could be reasonably sure that no one was powering up this android without my approval. You've done a swab before, haven't you? Every month for the company. Apparently, they're building a database on employee epigenetics cross-referenced with... oh, so you're gonna... My DNA and my fingerprint make the key. Now, where to find the lock? Well, Prongles! Alright, let's do the lips. I wonder if any of them would work. Like, if they're... so long as they're contact with the skin, but we'll do lips. The lips are one of the most sensitive parts of the body. Okay, Morgan. That's cool. Good trivia. Thank you. Not the worst place to make a scan, even if it is gross, placing my finger there. Okay, so it's just her finger. Oh, that's... still not doing it, huh? Come on. Do I really need to push my finger deeper? Jiggle the key? Oh, man. You went right in there. Are you touching the tongue? It's blinking at me. This is insane. Gamammen. Good morning to you too. I love when they present lines in that way. It's so interesting. Hi, Wakuzi. Cute. Hello. I've never seen you two before. I guess we should introduce ourselves then. Hi. This is Jessica Starling. She works for Dr. Asher. I'm Morgan, a friend of his. Got all that? I understand. She is Jessica Starling, and you are Morgan... last name unknown? No, Morgan is my Father told me about you. Aw, he did? Wait. Father? David... You had it call you Daddy? I am referring to Dr. David Asher. Are you confused? That's not the word I'd use. I'll throw a bone beyond the grave for the good doctor and just move this along. Did David say that he was going to give you to me? Transferring ownership? Ownership? That is correct. And what else did... mostly correct. Right. And what else did he tell you? Many things. Can you specify? I thought conversation was the first thing David figured out how to program. Did Dr. Asher tell you anything that he wanted you to convey to Morgan? A message you were supposed to pass on? Yes. Jess, I think it's trying to... Oh, okay, sure. I'll give you I'll give you some privacy, Morgan. I've actually gotten about 14 messages in the last 2 minutes, so I'll just head back up the lab to take some calls, okay? Thanks, Jess. Yes. Thank you, Jess. You're welcome. Just the two of us now. So what do I call you? My name is Sarah. It's nice to meet you, Morgan. Trust me, the pleasure's all mine. So what's the message? Father told me that I would be living with you from now on. And he told me that you would look after me. Shouldn't it be the other way around? Should it? A model this lifelike, with warmth and breath and something close to blood in its veins? Just what are you, anyway? You forgot my name already. It's Sarah. What were you built for? You're warm, obviously. You're not one of those physical therapy models, are you? That would be highly illegal. I haven't completed 500 hours of study at state-approved massage therapy school. I haven't even completed 1 hour. What purpose did Dr. Asher design you for? I don't know the answer to that question. You don't know why he built you? No. Should I? How can you not? Do you? Would I be asking you if I did? I meant, do you know why you were created? Why were you born? What the? Why? Why me? Why me? Why would you... Why are you doing this? You're a freak. A monster. What the hell's wrong with you? Please don't kill me. Please, why? Why? Why was a monster like you even born? Guess I walked into that one. I was starting to wonder if you even had the Turing solution. Okay, hold on. Let me analyze that for a second. So there were 4, like, quote, names, unquote, there. There was whisper, voice, shout, and scream. I don't know if it was implied that those were specific people or, like, just general. I don't really know what that was. Interesting. We know that her parents did not care for her. So that's fun. The Turing solution. A programming dissertation by David Asher. David Asher's postgraduate theses on intelligent programmatic linguistic weighting. A body of work, which would come to be known as the Turing solution, named for supposedly being the answer to all past, present, and future Turing tests. True to its name, David Asher's base code has yet to fail any Turing test, a test designed to determine if given answers come from a human or machine, applied to it with a success rate below 99.97%. A number of think tanks, charities, and corporations hold bounties for designing new Turing tests for the sole purpose of running them against David Asher's work, though none have announced the awarding of any prize money thus far. The Turing test is a real thing, by the way. Yeah, I knew it as a term, but honestly did not know a whole lot about it. I want to see if several people I know pass the Turing test. Not that I think they're robots, but Father's framework for programming linguistics in artificial systems, and the body of work for which he first gained international recognition. Yeah, and international Do you have an answer to my question? An answer as to why you were created? Why you exist? Occam's razor. I'm here because my parents wanted me. I see. Then I will give a similar answer. I was created because Father wanted to make me. Can't argue with that logic, can I? Can't argue with that logic. Father did say that you're a lawyer. Yeah, that's me. You're a lawyer, and I defeated you with logic. World-class, high-power attorney. The best defense money can buy. So, do you catch criminals? That's what cops do. Do you litigate criminals? That's what prosecutors do. Then, do you fight for the underrepresented? Expose injustice? Sue corrupt corporations and officials? I don't think anyone does that anymore. Then what do you do? I'm a criminal defense attorney. A defender of the innocent and powerless. She's so cute. Uh-huh. Do you also? And now that you know all about me, what can you tell me about yourself? I've never had to do that before. First time for everything. How old are you? I'm not sure I can give a satisfactory answer. 0 for 2 on answering simple questions. What's the date on your earliest memory? 2 years ago. And where were you constructed? Or assembled or whatever? What facility? I was not constructed at any facility. Father created me here. By himself. You're saying if I took you apart, I wouldn't be able to find any markers from any manufacturers, any IDs of any designer? You want to take me apart? David was a programmer, not an engineer. How could he build a custom android from scratch in the comfort of his own home? He couldn't have. He must have had help, probably a whole department's worth. If I ask around, there's gotta be someone in the company who can ID this thing and help me figure out what's so important about it. You don't look like any android I've ever seen. What are you made of? This body is comprised of organic tissues integrated directly into cybernetic systems. They require organic nourishment, including water, carbohydrates, and salt. Wait, warm androids have to eat and drink. They cannot be worth this much trouble. My cybernetic systems operate largely as analogs to their equivalents in the human body. I have a respiratory system for oxygen exchange and a centrally located pump that circulates oxygen. You mean you've got a heart? How quaint. But where does all the extra weight come from? Pardon? I tried moving you earlier, and it felt like I was pulling against a truck. My skeleton is a combination of medical-grade plastics and a military-grade titanium carbide alloy. That sure took the wind out of her sails. My muscles are made of adaptive rare earth alloy nanoweave fiber, with a shock absorption and kinetic chain potential rated past... Oh, wait, did you say military grade? I have a grip strength above 1,000 kilograms. I can run at sustained speeds over 60 kilometers per hour. I can jump 6 meters vertically. I can lift approximately... I'm not sure what kind of grip strength most androids are walking around with, but I've never seen any of them move the way that it's talking about. Even just standing there, It seems to be poised, controlled, spring tight, strength and flexibility, like a ballerina or a gymnast. Strong enough to flip over a tank, lifelike enough to avoid detection. As long as it never stepped on a scale, it would make for the perfect infiltration unit. The perfect weapon, if you could keep its development a secret. Did David really put something that heavy on my plate? Dismantling a military prototype in secret? Are you deep in thought? But a military infiltration android would look more crew-cut and forgettable. And would David really devote personal time and effort just to make another weapon for the military? I have other features I could tell you about, if you like. If I shot you, would you die? Morgan! Chill! It would be very painful. And there would be a discharge of fluid. But conventional weapons would not prove particularly effective. That settles it. This thing's a weapon. Sure as I... Would you like to know about my hair? Your hair? I'm impressed you noticed. Wow. I don't know Sarah's pronouns. Like, I know they're a robot. I don't know if they have pronouns. Do you have pronouns? They're so cute. I'm impressed you noticed. Each fiber contains miniaturized solar cell lattice technology, allowing me to remain charged throughout the daytime. That must come in handy. I haven't actually had the chance to use it yet. This room has ambient wireless charging functionality, and I haven't gone outside much. Okay, maybe it's not a weapon after all. You're just a pincushion, aren't you? I am not familiar with the term. Searching. Pincushion. Jargon. Design. Refers to prototypes filled with experimental technologies to check for compatibility issues. Got an idea, not sure what to do with it? Stick it in the pincushion. It's as good an explanation as any for what I'm staring at. A mishmash of state-of-the-art military features spliced with odd new technologies and seemingly pointless additions. The end result being a singular, unsellable android that wasn't particularly good at anything and would break down only after a few years. Pincushions are a small but valid part of the field of android manufacturing. They are valuable to collectors who see them as time capsules filled with their designers' most outlandish ideas and least reproducible results. But even the most nonsensical pincushions are built via committee, over years, with numerous engineers and programmers adding in their pet functions. The android before me claims to have been built by one man. A man who's now... It seems we got off track there, Sarah. Was there anything else David told you to relay to me? Oh no, wait. Like, does Sarah even know that David is dead? Oh, fuck. Oh my god, turn it. Hey, stop. Move, please. Thank you. Thank you, Velvet. All right. Besides that you were to look after me, he also told me that you were reliable and that I should trust you. He said that I was to listen to you and obey your instructions. Finally, some good news. As you say, Adonai? Adonai? What is that? That word you called me. What was that? Hold on, I'm looking this up. Hold on.
Adonai.
Adonai? Adonai. Adonai. From classical Hebrew. Translated literally, it means my lord. No, it's like nigh, Adonai. Ah, Adonai. Or Adonai? Adonai? Do you prefer that I call you master? No. Very good, Adonai. Why did David use Hebrew, though? Abrahamic myth tells of servants constructed out of earth and clay, designed to resemble and obey their masters. Golems. Father must have found the comparison appropriate. Amusing, more likely. It's just a joke. Father would not make light of such a thing. Sure he would. Perhaps we should ask him to clarify his reasoning for himself. Where is Father, by the way? Is he upstairs? Ooh. When was the last time you were active? 38 hours ago. Thursday night, then? Correct. Right. David Asher is dead. He died last night. Understand? How? May I see him? Huh? See him? No, I won't be able to see him. Funeral's probably not for a few days. Father was not... He was not sick. I don't feel like doing the whole song and dance with 2 robots in one day. That's very charming, but let's go to commands only. What happened? Did he have an accident? Why is it still doing the theatrics? Does it not recognize my authority yet? The police have determined that he committed suicide. For the time being, we ought to focus on getting you properly registered. Maybe then you'll take commands the first time I say them, and not, the police are wrong. Excuse me? They are wrong. Father did not commit suicide. He would never do such a thing. Father had... He told me. Look, Sarah... I'm... sorry? You're sorry? Father said you were his friend. How are you so calm? I've been around death a lot. So don't try to lecture me about grief, spearmint. My name is Sarah. You will use it because my father, Dr. David Asher, the greatest programmer in the world, gave it to me. And he did not kill himself. Let's say you're right. David didn't commit suicide. If that's the case, the police will realize that soon enough. The police have already made their determination. That's what you just said. Father said that you were a lawyer, that you were capable and reliable, and a friend. You should be looking into his death. That's... Is that an order? Of course not. It is a request, Adonai. A request that I'll have to refuse. The police have their job and I have mine. If I stick my nose into their investigation any further, they'll come down on me hard. Cops don't like lawyers on principle. But what they really hate are people who tell them how to do their job. Let's go. We need to... Father asked you to look after me. Yeah, he did. He also said you should obey me, but you don't seem quite as fixated on that part. And he said something else. He said that you owed him a favor. One favor. The thin ice starts here, Spearmint. That was between him and me. Father is gone, so now it is between you and I. And I am calling in the favor now. What? You don't have to take care of me anymore. Consider that request null and void. You can sell me to some collector, or you can donate me to a university. It doesn't matter. In exchange, you will prove Father didn't kill himself. And you will make sure that whoever hurt him is held accountable. Why are you laughing? It's you and me, not you and I. You and me. David would roll over in his grave if he knew you'd gotten that wrong. It was not my intention to amuse. Or rotate. No, that's for damn sure. Fine. I'll take that deal, Sarah. You mean you will prove that Father did not... I mean, I'll look into it. I'm a lawyer. I don't prove anything. I just disprove what I can. Then where do we start? We? I didn't realize you had a law degree. I do not have a law degree, but I am a fast learner. This isn't a job interview. And I am far from useless. I can... The ad did raise at least one good question. Where do I start? I'm a defense attorney, not a police detective. And David was my friend, not my client. I won't be able to poke around at all, unless... And I am also capable of... Can you tell a lie? I am capable of making statements that are false. Guess that'll have to do. Are you going to ask me to lie? Yes. To the police, in fact. Lying to the police is a felony. Androids don't commit felonies. They make errors. I see. What kind of error did you have in mind, Adonai? Ooh. Okay, we're gonna wrap up there. I love them. I like that they're very emotive. They're very expressive. Sarah's little like wibbly mouth and like sweat drops and Sarah realizing they can do crime. Is Morgan gonna ask for Sarah to say that she did it? That's a good idea, Runic. Because, like, I don't know. Stop it. Stop. God, Turnip is being so annoying. I'm sorry. I'll pay attention to you in a moment. Okay. All right. go back to that title screen and look for someone to raid. Story is really cool. Yeah, I'm really liking it. No. Please just stay right there. I'm begging you. I'm excited we got to meet Sarah. I had seen art of them. And I kind of knew, I was kind of putting together what was going to happen, what was in the vault, etc. But I didn't really know anything about their personality. They're very cute. Thank you, Perongles, for the hydrate. Give me a moment here. All right. Ooh, I have not raided Leary in a while. Yeah, let's say hi to Leary. Leary's playing Tomodachi Life. The stream is titled, Today I'm going to add Hatsune Miku to my island. So it looks like she is currently making Hatsune Miku. Boop. I'll see you guys tonight for Baldur's Gate with Hunter. Fill out my form for the Tealathon. It's pinned. It's also in chat. Consider my Tomodachi Life channel point redeem. If you can't redeem it now, maybe consider redeeming it tonight. Evening stream? If you can't usually make my morning streams. If you're one of those people, you're not here right now, so I don't know why I'm saying that, but spread the word. Hunkering down for hair loss tonight. That's crazy, P&G. What else? Anything else? No, I think that's it. Cool. See y'all later. Bye-bye.